Now I want to invite to the stage President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, Agnes Binagwaho, the Minister of Health of Rwanda, Eric Guzby, who runs the U.S. President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, Ariel Pablos Menendez, the U.S. Agency for International Development, and Gabriel Jaramillo of the Global Fund to Fight AIDS, TB, and Malaria. And while they're coming up here, I want to welcome representatives from these universities and institutions who are participating in this commitment. Brown, Columbia, Dartmouth, Duke, Harvard, Howard, New York University, University of Illinois at Chicago, the University of Maryland, the University of Virginia, Yale, Boston Children's Hospital, Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, Elma Philanthropists, Partners Healthcare, and the University Emergency Medicine Foundation. And I want to make full disclosure here. My Health Access Initiative had the honor to work on developing this commitment over an extended period of time. And I think it's one of the most important commitments ever announced at CGI, and I will explain why. The government of Rwanda has partnered with the United States government, American universities, hospitals, and the Elma Foundation in a commitment to create the Human Resources for Health program to support and strengthen Rwanda's health education infrastructure. All the schools I mentioned will send 100 faculty members to Rwanda a year to assist medical, nursing, public health schools, and teaching hospitals to mentor Rwandan educators and students. They will train over 500 medical specialists to improve education level of 2,000 nurses and midwives. And by contracting directly with United States-based universities, this program over a 7-year period will effectively accomplish the goal of helping Rwanda strengthen its national health education system and build their healthcare workforce so that it is sustainable and will be able to be run and funded by the Rwandan government itself, something that is literally unheard of in developing countries. And I wanted to, now that's what the notes say. Let me tell you what it really means. One of the things that I respect about President Kagame is that he has said his goal has always been to have Rwanda off of foreign assistance by 2020, running its own shop, operating its own economy with a government that could serve its own people. This is a Rwandan plan devised by the magnificent health minister to enable the country to train people to operate a system that a country at their income level, with their population, with the distribution of population they have, will run on its own. And to make it work, literally for the first time in my lifetime, these American universities have agreed to work at this for an overhead cost in the first 2 years of only 7%. And those of you who, and they'll probably lose money doing that. But in the past, all over the world, developed country NGOs have worked in developing countries and often charged overhead at home and in the country they serve in the neighborhood of 35%. And sometimes by the time you get through doing all the mandatory studies, half the money that the taxpayers in a developed country meant to give to help people in a developing country is spent before it ever gets there. 93 cents on the American taxpayer dollar designed to help Rwanda develop its own healthcare system will go to train the people of Rwanda. I thank the Secretary of State, I thank AID, I thank everybody on the American side who's done this, and I'd like to thank our magaziner and all the people who worked with me through the health minister for negotiating this. This has never been done in my lifetime. And it is a real tribute to all these people who are doing it. And now hundreds, maybe thousands and thousands of Rwandans will live in a healthcare system run by Rwandans, sustained by Rwandans, because all these people have gotten together to do something that makes sense, even in tough economic times. This is a huge deal, and Mr. President, it's one more feather in your cap of doing something that nobody did before and thought was possible. And thank you, Eric Goolsbee. Thank you, Gabrielle, and thank you, Ariel, and Madam Minister, you're the best. When I get done with all this, if you want me to come to Rwanda and clean bedpans for you, I'd be glad to do it. Let's give them a hand. This is great. Let's give all the representatives of the universities a big hand. I also want to thank my friend and partner, Paul Farmer, in Partners in Health, who's hiding back there in the shadows. He had a lot to do with it. So, thank you all very, very much.